All right, so here we are. We've got a broken solder joint where the T here is and a reducer. We also have a bolt that's right in the way of the hole. We need to get rid of that. That's just straight in the way of making my straight shot. I'm trying to cram that past that. This just could potentially damage the pipe, so we don't want that. We don't want that, so we're gonna have to move that. Let me see. That, or we'll have to move the hole over. Now we could probably move it over a little bit and just seal that hole up with some. That might be even better. Actually, they're supposed to probably be down for the house. There's probably a structural screw here. Look, they got another one there, but it's not even down at all. Now for the alignment of the pipe itself, it's not aligned with that hole anyway, so it might be better to just do a hole just on the other side, which would line up better with the pipe. Plus you got all this paper on this pipe here. I got to get all this. We're going to clean these pipes really well, and it's going to be pretty hard being right against the wall like that to even clean that very well. And cutting it is another problem because of where it's at. It's right on the wall too, with no ability to move it. That's why PEX would have been better here, because then I could have got in there a little better. But getting that pipe cleaned right there, I'm probably gonna have to come all the way down to get to that, where I have enough room to get around it, because it's right against the wall. But I don't know. Oh well, it does have some. You know what we could do? Actually, what we'll do is cut that and cut this, and then we'll probably be able to pull it back a little enough so we can do it that way. Yeah. So let's make our first cut here. We're gonna get rid of this old T. Use our auto cutter. This gives us a pretty nice clean cut to start with. So we're gonna just start right there. We'll just lock it right there and then start cutting it. So, all right. All right, nice and easy. There goes that one. All right, and we're gonna go this side and get this one now. All right, there we go. Okay, so we're just gonna get this off here, and then we'll have to measure everything back up here. May have to probably go back even farther than that once I get the measurements figured out. But I'm just initially just showing you how to get rid of that, and then we'll see how much. All right, so we'll get that. These are mounted with looks like nails. I suppose that can stay. This has got a bunch of paper on it also. We got to get off. All right. So what we want to do, okay. All right. So let's go ahead and we got to make our measurements and everything. I'm going to do that. I'll be right back with you. Okay, so here we are. We got to make our first measurement on this. So we have the pipe here, basically. Try to bring that back where you can kind of see what I'm doing, hopefully. All right, so basically you want a piece of pipe from here to there and from here to there. So we got to see how much we got to cut back, and it still has to crimp on. So basically, if I were to go on there, it would have to extend more like that. So we can leave what we have cut there, but we just got to make the extension. there, like so. All right, so all that goes like that. Then we're just gonna need a small piece in between to smash, connect. So like just about like that. So essentially, okay. So basically what we're gonna have to do then is this. See, like this. We're kind of pretty much averaging it out. We want to go from there to there. That's about 2.5 inches we're going to need extra to make up that difference. Alright, let's take our auto cutter. It's 2.5 inches. Okay. Arc. Okay, we're going to make our 2.5. Rotating. Okay, there's our 2.5. Now, as with always, you always got to clean them real well. So, burr each end with this first. Both ends. Take a look at that. This is where it's real important with Sharkbite. It has to be super clean. Like that. Alright, also want to take this, work it around, get the burrs. Okay, hit it again. Okay. Anytime you do a Sharkbite, you gotta make sure it's real clean. No burrs at all. None. Alright. See, there's still burrs on the side still though. See that? So, go ahead and take our sandpaper and we'll just make sure we get that edge. Like so. There we go. And once we got that, we're going to take one more step. Always do this, get that like that. Alright. One more time on that. One more time. Just a little bit more yet. Make sure that's perfectly smooth. All right, and the final step is to take your drill cleaner. We're going to clean that end of the pipe with that. So we're going to attach that to the drill. Hold on. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and clean that. There you go. There's a clean pipe. No burrs. Perfect. That's how it should be with a Sharkbite. You gotta have it perfectly like this. See that? Perfect. Smooth. No burrs. No sharp edges. It has to be perfect like that. Then the final thing to do is just kind of clean it. Make sure you've rubbed off all the debris. Give it a good cleaning. Make sure you've rubbed it off. This is how much you gotta prepare that pipe, like that. Okay? That's just one end of it. We're still not done, because we still have to connect. When you put it in, straight in, push all the way in, so you hear that click. And it should be the same depth going in as that end of this. It goes all the way in, like that. Okay? That's the first step. Now, that's gonna go on the, that's gonna go to the other pipe, but now we gotta clean that one the same exact way. So let's get to that. Do the same thing again. All right, you gotta make sure there's enough depth on there. All that paper's off. All right, so we got, all right, let's do it. So again, start cleaning the pipe. Any pipe you're gonna attach to, we gotta do the same exact process that we did before. Okay. Got to burr it. I know it's a little harder to get here when you're got a wall in the way, but you gotta try to get it. You gotta get that. Alright. Okay, then we're going to use some of our sandpaper. Get some more of that. Nice long piece. And now we're going to go in here, like so. We're going to start cleaning that pipe. I'm going to get a manual cleaning with this first. It's really dirty. Start working it, clean that. Make sure we can burr that front always, that front piece. All sides. To the side, to the side. Okay. Bottom. Top. This is all preliminary before I do the drill part. The drill's that final polish. Here's we're getting all the rough edges, get that corrosion. See? See that? Alright. Still got some more dirt over here to get. Let's get that. Alright, let's have a look. Feels pretty good. Okay. Let's give it one more turn here. Alright, good. Alright. Let's just wipe that off a little bit before we drill. There we go. All right, now, gotta slide that drill in there and clean that off. Get that on there. Full depth. That's the exact depth that you need for the Sharkbite. It's gotta go all the way down. Clean it. Back and forth. Look at that. There you go. Pretty clean. See that? Nice and bright. Copper. Real smooth. See that? Real smooth. See that? That's what you want. You want it to look like that when you put a Sharkbite on. Okay? Alright. So we got this part. Okay? So that's going to go, boom, onto that one now. Okay? Let's make sure we wipe it one more time. Make sure it's clean. Don't want nothing in the Sharkbite. No stuff in there. So, boom. Alright, now key point, watch. So you're going to put it, bring it there. You're going to feel that hit. Okay, that's where it's going to lock. So now you're going to know that the depth is going to be like here. Basically where you see where I cleaned it the most, that's the depth it's going to need. So you can mark that if you want, or you can just pull. Watch, straight back, boom. See how that went right to the edge of where I cleaned it at? That's locked. You're ready to go, see that? All right. Now, that gives us the opportunity now to put this one on. See that? This is already clean, so guess what? Just pop it in. Watch. Boom. Popped it in. See that? Look at that. That's in. That's a complete measurement. Now see, look at this. Watch. It's lined up. Look at that. Right where we wanted it. Now, the problem we have now is that this now has to match to there and go into there. But how you going to do that? Because look, it's short. You can't move it over. So what do? You got to have a slip fitting. So that's what I'm going to show you next. So we're not done yet. So we still have to make another piece to go into this side. This is where our PEX is going to go on this side now, and that's going to go straight out. But we're going to line up a new hole and cut a new hole here, so it goes straight out. We don't want no issue with that. Now we got the PEX here, and we got, look, we got plenty for one straight run, straight through right into our to here. So it's going to be real simple at that point. But first we're going to have to drill the hole through the wall, and then we'll just seal that back up with some foam or whatever you want to do. We'll talk about that before I do it. But the first thing was to show you this part. So that's all lined up and ready, look. So we have, I have a new tee now, perfect. That will never leak on you, okay? All right, so here we are. We're now gonna make the connection here. We're gonna put this valve in. So what we wanna do is measure off how much pipe we're gonna need for it to basically sit right about there, okay? So let's get our tape measure. All right, remember end to end, like that. Okay, so we're talking about 6 inches. 6-inch pipe will do it. Put us right about where we're at there. That'll be a perfect position for that valve. All right, so let's get us 6 inches of copper here. Okay, measure it off, and we'll mark it off. All right, here we are. Pen. All right, we're gonna clamp that on. Okay. All right, there's an arrow right here. Follow the turn of the arrow. You're basically going counterclockwise when you cut. All right. Make sure you're turning it, hold it. Don't let it spin on you. Like so. Boom, till it breaks. Alright, there's our 6 inches. Let's do our cleaning like we always do. Alright. Okay. Always take this. I always start with this first. Spin it. Okay. Hit it again. Do it again. Boom. I'm gonna deburr it now. Okay. Take your plumber's sandpaper, which has got the little squares on it. Okay. This is like 180. Looking for 180. It's perfect for this. For copper. Okay. Alright, how we're gonna rotate it. We're gonna get those lips at the end. They stick up. This part here gets up. They get little lips on there. We don't want that. We want that off there for the shark bite. We've got to be perfectly clean. Okay. Alright, check it out. You gotta look at what you're doing too. Try to get this as square as possible also. Okay. Alright, you want to feel it with your finger. Feel if it's how it's feeling. Okay. One more time. Alright. Hit it one more time here. Okay. Let's just do one more deburr. Make sure it's perfect. Okay. Perfect. One more time. Don't drop it. Alright. So now, let me check it again. Alright, let's run it one more time. Still feel a little bit right there in the edge. Alright, now we're going to clean it with the drill. Make sure you hold it, don't let it spin on you. Bring it in. Spin it. Move it a little bit. Boom. Boom, look at that. Perfectly clean. Okay, it gets hot, be careful. You're going to flip it. That's hot. I'm going to hold it with a towel because it's getting hot. I have to let it spin. And move it back and forth a little bit. Boom. Look at that. That's clean. Shiny. That's how you want that to be for the shark bite, okay? It's hot as heck right now, though. Be careful. Alright. That's real smooth. And the other thing is to note, when you use this kind of thing, this is what kind it is. I just got it off of, Amazon. One thing you'll notice is, with the Sharkbite, it measures it exactly, the depth it's going to go in. See that? That's exactly where it goes. There's no guessing. Alright. That's that. Alright, so we're ready now. We've got all that clean. Let's just wipe it off one more time. Wipe it off. Perfect. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and remember now. See, it's not going to lock yet. You're going to have to really push it in. Alright, so That's the first lock. That ain't it yet. Cause see that's still hanging out. So you got to really pop it in. See how I just popped it? You heard that pop. See how there's no more of that clean part of the pipe that I did. It's all the way locked in now. See that? Perfect. Now our next step, what we have to do is we got this slip fitting. So what we want to do, we now have to measure how far we're going to cut back on this pipe, because it's going to slip on it like that and then pop onto that one. So in other words, like that. Let me show you again. It'll slip onto this and then pop on. So now we need to make a measurement as to where this is going to go. Okay. That'll be the pop on part, but we need it to slip back to this. So we want it to be right around here. Okay, where we're going to cut. All right, so first we need to get all that paper off there. That's the first thing. All right, here we are. So once again, we've got I'm going to mark that where that needs to go. Now keep in mind, it just needs to be locked into there, see? So we have to have enough pipe. It's gonna go basically into the slip fit ending, which is gonna be right about there. So when we do it, okay, we wanna mark where that slip fitting is gonna go. So it's gonna slide on, but it's gotta slide back over and over. So look, we gotta move it over to this, because we gotta make it far enough over to get it off. So see, we're still haven't taken enough off yet. So we're gonna scrape more off. We're gonna scrape off to right around here. We'll get that right about there. Okay, so let's get the rest of that. All right, here we go again. So now we're coming back. Now remember, we wanna line it up basically right there. And keep in mind where our slip has to go, how much more pipe we're gonna have to cut off before we get there. So look, if the slip point, you gotta remember, so it's gotta go on the pipe enough where it will slip over this much and still be locked in. Now the minimum lock distance, of course, is right here on the pipe, see? It's gotta come at least that far over. Okay, so basically when we bring it on, it's gonna be cut right about there, because what happens is when I put it on there, it'll click on, slip over, and then we slip it back. So that's how that works. These are great for when you can't move the rest of the pipe, which we can't. So this is where this is going to come in real handy, since we're not rebuilding all of it from there over. We're just trying to fix parts in the middle. So this is the best way to do this. All right, so remember, they cut right here. This is the pipe that we need. Okay, look again. It's going to slip there. It's going to go pop on, slip over to the slip distance. Okay, and then slip back over. Boop. All right. Remember that. Okay, so that's how we gotta do that. So boop, over, boop. Okay. All right, so here we go. We're gonna cut that section that we marked. All right. So let's grab that. Get it right on that mark where I showed you. Putting that cutter up with it. See that? Click it on, boom. We're gonna start turning counterclockwise. Just like that until it breaks. This is the amount of pipe we have to remove. Boom, there it is. We made the break. This is now extra pipe for whatever. Still okay, you could use it if you clean it, okay? But we don't need it today. All right, now same thing is, clean it up like we always do. Let's do that. All right, so basically we're cleaning that all the way down to, so we have plenty of clean pipes for the whole slip fitting. Just making sure if that final mount here. All right, we're good to go. Let's go ahead and clean it with the end of the pipe real good. All right, so here we are. We've got everything lined up. Now all we got to do is use our slip fitting piece. Here, hold on. All right, so here we are. We've got everything lined up, ready to go. We're gonna use our Sharkbite release. We put that on the end with this side facing it. Click it on. All right, here we go. It's gonna be hard to hold the camera and show how I do it, but we're gonna basically take this and push it and lift it till it locks into place. We have just enough slipped over to do so. So here we go. Let me see if I can find a place to put that camera so you can kind of watch it. All right, kind of get it online. And basically, I'm gonna start pushing it over. Well, not quite that far though. Whoops. All right. Okay. All right, so let's slip that over just a little bit more so everything's lined up. All right. A little bit too much. You gotta watch how much you pull it. Just want to kind of. All right. All right. Let's see. I just want to move it over a little bit more. Sometimes it's hard to do. Sometimes it doesn't want to move easy, especially when you got stuff moving around on you. All right. There we go. Perfect. And then we got that. Then you can just basically, if you want, just rotate it so it's easy to turn on and off if you need to. All right, there it is. So that's off. Let's go ahead and turn the water on because that is in an off position. We'll test that. Turn it on. It's now on. Okay. Okay, we got the water back on, as you can see. Let's have a look at all our fitting up to this point. Okay, and as you see, no leaks at all. It's solid. See, good and solid right there. All right, it's in off position. Now what we're gonna do, since we're not gonna be doing this yet till we get this cut out and everything, we're just gonna put a temporary PEX cap right here. We'll just cap that off, and we can get the water for the rest of the house on, do the final test. So let's do the PEX cap real quick. All right, so here we are. We're gonna do this PEX cap real quick. Just gonna take a little piece, just enough to where I can pull it back out easy. All right, boom. Okay, let's get something like that. Should be good. Basically what we're gonna do is, this is a plug. You're gonna push it in. Well, first put your copper piece in. You're gonna push that in, boom. And line that up with the tabs right there. Okay. You're gonna take your crimper, your PEX crimper, and we're just gonna basically get it right in there on a 1.5. Okay, just get it right lined up, and then you're gonna just crimp it. Kind of hard to do, but you gotta put a lot of force on that. And there's our cap. So now, what we're gonna do, this is the great thing about PEX and Sharkbites, okay? You're just gonna pop it right in. Okay, it's not in yet. We gotta make that pop. So here we go. I can't really do it and hold it, so we'll just put the camera there and you just listen for it. Hear that pop? That's what you want to hear. That's in. Now, that's capped off for now until we can get that run. We're gonna line it right up. We're gonna get that hole out there. We're gonna have to figure out how to get over there. Even if we have to do a slight to 45 or 90 to get there, we'll do that, but I think we can go straight shot. We're gonna measure that out next time. Okay, so let's turn the water on, test out our connections. There we go. Now, as you can see, no leaks. See that? No leaks, no leaks. Everything's perfect. Nice cold water flowing. See that? No leaks at all, not even a bubble, nothing. It's perfectly sealed. Those are perfect. Okay? There you go. Look at that. That's it. And that's how you want to do it. That will not leak on you. Not for 50 years. It might last. Who knows? If you know. But, that's that. So we got that temporarily. We can now, later, what we'll do, we can either leave that in or we can take it out. We can connect it, but we'll probably just pull it and then run a straight shot over. But we'll talk about that, how we're going to do that next time. So that's it for today. And then we're going to have to figure out how we're going to deal with this mess over here. I mean, I feel like probably what we're going to do is wait and probably we can just get rid of this completely and just put a coupler here, a slip couple, just cut it, slip couple it, be done. We don't need this. Since we have that one up there, that's good enough. And it's going to be really hard to get back behind here anyway. So I say we just eliminate this totally. When we get a chance to get the water off, we can change this one out. All right, so that's the plan. I think that was a good idea. All right, and it's easy to get to over there too. It's not that bad.